Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica and today I will be doing my February update for my low buy. And if you're new here, I've been doing a 2 out 1 in style low buy. It's only been a month, so there's not too much progress, but before that I was on a low buy for 2 years, and then 2 years after that I was on a no buy. My other rule with my low buy is that I am not restricted when I travel internationally, and it's always been like that. So I guess I'll start with, life updates slash ramblings on, how my low buy's been going. And I guess the first major life update is that I did cut my hair and dye it, bleach it. It is a different color now. I feel like it's a lot more brassy than it was when I first got it colored, but it is a lot more orange. It was supposed to be brown. I don't know how it turned out to be this color. I think blonde is very hard for Asians to maintain. I also went to Seattle recently. I actually went at around the Super Bowl, so at the beginning of February, and it was so much fun. It was really needed. I had been going through like a very busy time at work, and then right before I left I sent out a big document for review, so I knew I would have a few weeks of waiting time, so it was like perfect timing, so I wouldn't have to wait as long when I got back. We stayed at Pike's Place. By we I mean me and my husband. We don't have any kids, and we stayed at Pike's Place for the entirety of the trip, and it was pretty chill. Like, we knew that we weren't going to really be doing hikes or too many outdoorsy things. We still did average over 10,000 steps per day because we were at Pike's Place. It's quite rainy in Seattle, so we knew not to plan any hikes because of the unpredictable weather, and also because the Super Bowl was happening. Well, on Sunday I thought it was pretty funny because you could hear screaming, like echoing, whenever they scored a touchdown or whenever something major happened. So I didn't actually watch too much of the Super Bowl. I only saw little bits of it because we're not too into sports. And the last life update is that I started looking at houses, but everything is either really expensive or it's small and expensive. And there's a lot of flipped houses where we're looking, and I hate flipped houses because it just stripped the old house of all its character, and now it's this dead white looking house. I know a lot of people do like that look, but there's plenty of new builds that have that. You don't have to destroy an old home for that look. Like, you could just get it brand new. Yeah, so we were just like window shopping, no pre-approval yet or anything like that because we're not seriously looking. My mom was also trying to tell me that I don't need a house before I have a kid, because that was like one of the reasons why I was looking at a house, because obviously I want my own space, but I don't want to be raising a baby in an apartment. Like, our apartment's already 2-bed, which is fine. It's like more than enough space for the two of us. But I really do not want to be doing any house stuff with a toddler or a baby or even pregnant. I don't even mind waiting until I'm like 34 to have my first kid. I just want the house first. She was trying to tell me that I'm getting old, and I don't know why she's panicking because she was 31 when she had me, which is like 2 years older than I am right now. Yeah, it was so funny because she never gave me the talk either, so she was really struggling to explain it to me. I just feel like right now I don't really want to be responsible for another human being, especially. That's why we don't even have pets. Like, I just have had experience with pet sitting, and I know I'm capable of taking care of, something other than myself, something that can't really take care of itself, like a dog. Like, for myself, I won't get up early, to go exercise, but I will get up early to walk the dog. All that stuff, I know that, like, I don't mind, and I could do it. I just don't want to do it right now. I believe I said previously that I don't feel ready for a kid because I still curse a lot and I still scream a lot because I play video games. I feel like I go through waves of, like, yes, I'm quite calm and feeling very mature, and then there's days when I don't feel that way. So I guess those are my life updates, so I'm going to move on to more of my low buy updates. So recently at Ulta I saw that they carry Rare Beauty, which is a brand I've been interested in. I'm glad that Ulta's carrying a lot more of the brands that were exclusive to Sephora, because Ulta's reward system is way better. So Ulta started carrying Rare Beauty, and I was interested in the brow pencil, but I have plenty of brow pencils right now. As you can tell, my hair is, I feel like it's going to get more orange over time, so I think I have to start fixing my brow color with with eyeshadow to make it match a little bit better, because right now I'm using my NYX brow pencil and it's taupe, which is cool toned, but my hair is warm toned, especially on camera. In person it's a little bit more cool toned. Anyways, yeah, right now is not a good time to buy brow pencils. I'm not planning on doing anything to my hair either, so yeah, it's just gonna get more orange and I'm just gonna let it grow out. You can see my roots growing in already. I also saw that Ulta is carrying Flower Nose. I don't think they announced it, and it's been there for a little bit already. I just forgot because I'm sure it was there last year already. But I think the prices are much better from China, or like in China, because the brand Flower Nose is a Chinese cosmetics brand. So I was interested in trying their lip gloss because I love lip gloss. Also their perfumes. So speaking of lip glosses, in my own collection I did notice something. I was using my Roman lip glosses, which this is what they look like. These are the Glasting color, I think it's just Glasting color lip tints or something like that, but it's a lip gloss. And I didn't realize this because I thought I did my research, but these are plumping. And I personally hate plumping lip glosses because they are painful and I have a very low pain tolerance. The way I noticed this was it like tickled. It wasn't super painful at all actually. It just was like warm and tingly. And that's when I looked it up, like, are these plumping? And yes, they are. So I'm not going to be repurchasing these. Luckily they aren't painful, so I think I can still finish all 3 of the ones I own. They're gonna expire this year anyway, so I'm like rushing to finish them. I've noticed that a lot of Asian lip glosses have plumper in them. So now I'm really hesitant to buy, at least in Japan and Korea, they have plumper in them. So I'm a little bit more hesitant to buy those type of lip glosses. I don't know if Chinese lip glosses have plumper in them. Something I have to be careful of when I go to Japan. So I actually removed lip glosses off my wish list for things I wanted to buy in Japan. And I should probably be wearing lipstick anyways. I feel like it's a little bit more mature looking, especially at the office. I do have a favorite lipstick at the moment that's quite comfortable, so maybe I'll just transition into wearing lipsticks in the future. So next I'm going to move on to my wish list items. I did mention that I have a wish list for Japan. I'm still trying to finalize it, so by the month that I go to Japan I will probably, you know, announce what I'm getting. And for safety's sake, I will probably post that video after I go to Japan. Right now, the #1 thing on my wish list are the Fwee volumizing lip glosses. And I looked, they don't seem to have the, like, a lip plumping effect like a chemical one, but more of like a physical one. Like, it just looks like it's plumping, but it won't actually make your lips swell. At least that's what I got from reading it. But I read that the applicator is quite bad and that it only covers like half of your lips at a time, which is not a big deal to me. I don't have massive lips. If the applicator is really bad, then I'll be a bit more concerned. I think I'm still going to hold off on buying these until I go to Japan and see if I can like play with a tester. The next wish list item is actually something I forgot about, which is the CoverGirl baked cheek powders. So they had, I think, bronzers and blushes, and they're supposed to be dupes for the Hourglass baked powders, but I completely forgot about them, so obviously they're not very high on my wish list, and I highly doubt that I will purchase them anytime soon because I do have the Hourglass cheek palettes from last year. There's no need to buy the dupe if you have the original, and they take a long time to use. Like, it took me 4 years to completely pan the cheek palette from 2020. And to this day, it's one of my greatest panning feats. yeah, I don't have too much to add to my wish list because I've been doing so much research for Japan because it is coming up quite soon. And so I'm like more excited for that than, you know, new releases in the US. I don't have Instagram, so I live under a rock. I don't know what's new. I don't have any more wishlist items to talk about, so I'm just going to go and review my empties and purchases. This is a 2 out 1 in low buy, so anytime I use up 2 makeup products, it could be a mini size or travel size as long as it is not a foil packet. Those count against and for my beauty bank. So if you don't want to stick around until the end, I'll just tell you I I used up 2 makeup items, which I'll talk about like right after this. So I did get 1 beauty bank credit, so I have a bank balance of 1 right now. I decided to start at 0 for this year, so yeah. And I didn't purchase any makeup. So I'm just going to get into my empties. So the first item I have is from Hourglass. It is their Illusion Priming Moisturizer. This was I think it was a free gift with purchase if you spent a certain amount at Sephora. And this is a primer. This was not very thick at all. This was like not super watery either, so like somewhere in between. The applicator on this was kind of bad. Like, this is what it looks like. I know it still looks like I have product in here, but I already scraped and scraped it, but I couldn't get it out. Like, or I can't get enough for one full face out of this. I think this lasted me 10 uses, which is, I feel like, pretty decent for this size. I don't usually wear primer, so I feel like I'm not the best person to review this. It was in my project pan, so I panned it in the first month that I put it in there. I would not repurchase this because, like I said, I don't really wear primer. I prefer to wear sunscreen as a primer. And then I have a Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm. You can see my camera. And this is just a mini. My coworker actually gave this to me. This is what the inside looks like. This was just a mini. So this came in a set of 2. And I didn't really like this. This is a primer, but okay, so I don't actually know what this is supposed to be. Like a primer or like a powder that just starts off as a balm and you can, like, it turns into powder consistency on your face after it sits. You do have to wait quite a bit for it to turn powdery on your face. I used both my fingers and a brush just to test it out. I feel like I used this quite quick for, you know, how much is in here. And I know the full size isn't cheap at all. I don't think I used it enough to give like a very thorough review. As you can tell, like, my main gripes with it is that it stayed wet too long. It does turn into a powder, you know, throughout the day because I didn't put another powder on top just to see how it would set, but I don't really recommend this, especially if you're busy. Like, this is something you would use if you were not in a rush. Like, you had time to play with makeup. And I don't know if this made like a significant difference on my pores or like controlled my oil any better. I'm gonna go with probably not because I didn't notice a difference. So those were the 2 makeup items I used up, so I get a credit back. And now I'm gonna move on to hair care and then the rest of my skincare. So first up we have this Olaplex number 4D Clean Volume Detox Dry Shampoo. I'm pretty sure I finished this a while ago. This is something I use on days where I felt like my hair needed a little bit of help when it looked more greasy. I haven't used it on my dyed hair. The smell is very Olaplex, if you know what I mean. It smells like the shampoo. I honestly don't know if any product came out of this. Like, it just didn't feel like product was coming out because I would follow the instructions. So I did all that. And it just didn't feel like it was doing anything. I think the Trader Joe's dry shampoo is way better than this. And it's much cheaper. Would not repurchase. In fact, I barely use dry shampoo now because I work out when I am not sick. I work out pretty often, so I just wash my hair every other day. And that seems to be fine. I have these 2 bottles of Unove shampoo and conditioner. I'm not going to hold it up anymore because they are quite gross and I don't want you to look too closely. But I had the Deep Damage Repair Shampoo and the Deep Damage Treatment X. I don't know. The scents were... I don't think there's a scent for the shampoo, but for the conditioner, it was Warm Petals. I don't think the scent for the shampoo is the same, but for the conditioner, it can vary. I like how both of them smell. I remember using the hair mist in the store, and they were the same scent, but not liking the hair mist. But I think the hair mist does smell slightly different than the shampoo and the conditioner. I really enjoyed the Unove line because, well, I mean the shampoo and the conditioner. I'm planning on buying the hair oil when I can, but I did already repurchase the shampoo and the conditioner. It made my hair really soft and it felt really healthy. It is a little bit difficult getting product out of this tube because the plastic is a little bit hard and the product itself is very thick. It's like the kind of consistency that if you squeeze and you don't break it off onto your hand by like going like this, it will suck itself back up into the tube, if you know what I mean. So that is how thick it was. My hair doesn't look super fried. I'm still using it. Okay, now moving on to my skincare, which I have this giant bin. And I'm just going to grab the stuff from the top because it is overflowing. So the first thing I have is an empty bag that used to house cotton pads. This is from Muji, and I used to have this in pretty much every empties video or every other empties video. So there's 180 pieces per this bag. I think there is an even bigger bag, but I basically use the cotton pad. Now it's just once a day. You will see it less frequently in these videos, which is good because, you know, the less I use the better. I just use it for my micellar water, and I use micellar water in the morning because I hate washing my face at the sink, but also because it's just, I feel like it's better to use that than to even wash my face at the sink. Budget friendly, it's $4 for a pack of 180, and they're not bleached. They're just very simple cotton pads. And then, I know this might seem weird, but I have this mouthwash from Guru Nanda. It is their Breath Harmonizer Oral Rinse in Wild Mint. And the reason why I have this in this video, even though it's not really skincare or body care related, is because I wanted to make this PSA that this sucks. It tastes disgusting. It's very plasticky and artificial, and it leaves this disgusting bitter taste in your mouth after you use it. I got it from Marshall's because I was trying to find mouthwash without alcohol in it, but I think I have to use mouthwash with alcohol in it. Anyways, this was $15 from Marshall's. And also I was trying not to buy mouthwash from Target because I stopped shopping at Target. And so this is what I settled on. The pink bottle is much nicer. I think it tastes like diluted, it's not rubbing alcohol. What's the other? It tastes like diluted hydrogen peroxide, which is not the most appetizing thing, but it's made for sensitive mouths, so there's no like fragrance or dyes or whatever in there. But this one is really gross. Would not recommend. And right now I'm using TheraBreath because I happen to see it at Marshall's, and that one is way better than this one. Moving on to my skincare items, I have this Hawaiian Tropic Silk Hydration Lotion Sunscreen. This is SPF 50, and this is a really nice sunscreen. I'm not too fond of coconuts, but this one smells alright. This one has the ribbons in it, like you can see the different layers of moisturizer and the sunscreen. I think it's like white and yellow when it's brand new, but this one's used, so, where it's empty, so you can't really see it. But this is the most moisturizing, non-sticky sunscreen I've ever used. It feels amazing. I first tried it when I went to Hawaii like 2 years ago, and my husband and I went through a whole bottle in 1 week. And if you hate sticky sunscreen, you may love this. I can't say the same for the spray though. I don't know if the spray is any good, but this one specifically, the one that says lotion on it, is really good. Next I have a Tree Hut body scrub. It takes me quite a while to go through these, which is good because, you know, I don't want to be going through them like crazy. This is Mistletoe Magic. I believe this was green. when I had it. And you can still smell a little. It smells like candy. It smells like mistletoe greens, spearmint, and vanilla bean. I feel like you can smell vanilla over everything. A little bit of the mint, but it smells mostly like vanilla. And I would say this is pretty good. I used to just buy Tree Hut from, or I was trying for a while to just buy Tree Hut from Marshalls or TJ Maxx because it is slightly cheaper, but I think if you can wait for a sale from Ulta, that it is better to just get it from there, because whatever TJ Maxx has in stock is usually the shitty sugar scrubs. I try to use these scrubs once a week or twice a week because I do have keratosis pilaris. But just know that if you use a sugar scrub, you should be wearing sunscreen if you're going to expose any of the skin, which is, you should still be wearing sunscreen if you expose your skin to the sun. I would repurchase this. I don't even know if you can get it right now because it is a holiday scent, but I wouldn't buy it right now. I would buy it during the holidays. Something else I used during the holidays was the Trader Joe's Candy Body Scrub. Candy Cane Body Scrub. I can't even smell this one because I cleaned it so well. It just smells like grease. I really do not recommend the Trader Joe's body scrubs. They are kind of bad. Like, it leaves your skin feeling really greasy. I don't know if they say it's moisturizing, but greasy in a way that like you just rubbed like coconut oil or lard all over your body and you can't get it off. Kind of greasy. Like, this is supposed to be a sugar scrub. It's supposed to leave you feeling really squeaky clean, not like you just jumped into a vat of oil, which is what this feels like. I believe I bought this because I couldn't find any Christmas scents of the body scrubs, or of the Tree Hut body scrubs in store, so I purchased this one instead because I really wanted to feel the Christmas magic. I love holidays, anything to feel the holiday nostalgia and magic. But yeah, this was not worth it. I think I'll just wait to buy the Tree Hut scrub. The words. I think I'm just going to buy Tree Hut from now on. Okay, and this seems really excessive, but I've been collecting these since December, I believe. So I have not one, not two, not four, but 3 of these Sol de Janeiro Balm Dia Bright creams. I go through one a month because I have keratosis pilaris, and I always use this after I shower. And I feel like this is the only lotion, or at the moment, that has significantly helped with the bumpiness and the dryness. So this is what I use on my arms and my legs. And then I have a mini Beija Flor elastic cream from Sol de Janeiro. So this one I bought to take with me on a trip, and also when I go on trips I try to bring like as little things as possible, but I use this one specifically on my stretch marks, and I found that it has helped decrease the appearance of them. Obviously, you know, you can't rely on a cream to make your stretch marks vanish. You have to also, well, in my case, be losing weight for it to work. This helps make it like the marks not as itchy, and has faded them as well. I found that out on accident when I think I got a sample of this and I was just using it wherever. I've just been using it for my stretch marks ever since. I do have them on my stomach and like my sides, which I guess is like this, I don't know how to describe it, like, but the sides, like, you know, where your love handles are, and also some on my chest. And I personally don't mind the appearance of stretch marks. I think it's a sign of growth, but I don't like how itchy they are, so I just use this on that. I have this very expired can of Evian facial spray. It's just water in a can, but I use this in the mornings. Like, after I use my micellar water, I will spray this on my face and then air dry my face with a fan. Or whenever I use a hair mask and it requires your hair to be damp but not dripping, I will use this as well. It gives a very even spray. This came in a 3-pack, and I have repurchased it since in the big can. I don't think I need the minis anymore. I don't really travel with these. I don't know why I bought a 3-pack of the minis. Then I have this collagen from Nature Republic. I think someone said that collagen is useless if it's topical and you have to ingest it for it to do anything, but I've been doing both. I don't know if this did anything. To be honest, I feel like that with a lot of my skincare products, because basically my baseline now is if it doesn't break me out, then it's a good product. Yeah, it didn't break me out. I think I would just continue to have my collagen via ingestion, not eating this. Like, I have collagen powder. I also want to simplify my skincare collection a bit, so, or my skincare routine, so that I have less steps. I just want to own less things in the future. Not quite minimalist, but more mindful. Make sure that the things I do own are working for me. Onto the purchases. So I'm going to put a picture up of this purchase because it's in my shower and I don't know how gross it is in there, but I really don't need to show you the full shower to show you this. I purchased the Matrix Purple shampoo from Ulta after dyeing and bleaching my hair so that I could maintain more of a cool tone color to my hair. Obviously the camera's not quite capturing it like that, but that's what I was hoping for. And I previously used this. It was recommended to me by my hairstylist. Based off of last night's usage, I feel like it did help tone it down a little bit. It was quite orange like the day before, but today it's more blonde looking, even though, like I said, it doesn't look like that on camera. I will say it does feel like it dries out your hair a bit because after I rinse it out of my hair is very tangled. Moving on to the next product, I purchased a clay mask from The Ordinary. This box looks quite jank. I actually have not opened this, so let's see what it is. It is the salicylic acid mask, and it's supposed to be a charcoal mask for blemish prone skin. Okay, good. This hasn't been opened. I've had this for nearly a month now, but this is what it looks like. And funny story, after I bought this with the Matrix shampoo in order to meet free shipping, but after buying this I realized I already have 2 charcoal masks. Like, one of them is almost out, which is why I thought I needed to get another one, but then I have one that I completely forgot about because I didn't talk about it in a no-buy update last year. So now I have 3. It was soon to be 2, but I have 3. And then also part of that Ulta order, actually, no, I was originally supposed to buy a big purple shampoo from Matrix, but they sold out, and this shipped with it, which is my diamond present from Ulta from Dry Bar. It is their Big Brew Density Building Root Spray. So I guess this is for building volume, but this was, I don't know why they had a free present from last year. I could always use some volume. I just need to figure out how to use this. So I did get this shipped to me without the purple shampoo, so I had to actually reorder a smaller version of the purple shampoo. And then I have this JM Solution Glow Luminous Flower Sun Spray. So this is what it looks like. It's just this really pink bottle, and it's supposed to be a face sunscreen. It smells like roses. Oh, it really smells like rose water. It's really strong. I've used it for a little bit. I didn't actually purchase this. My coworker who gave me the Danessa Myricks blurring balm actually also gave me this, but we swap products all the time. Like, if we think the other person will like it more, then we swap. But she told me that this didn't really work for her. It broke her out, so she asked me if I wanted to use it, and I've used it like twice. That's why I know how strong the fragrance is, and it does sting a little when I use it. You can use it on your face and your body. I think I will just be using this on my body and only on my face in cases of emergency. For reapplying face sunscreen, I've tried powder, I've tried stick form, and I've tried sprays, and so far I think the best, if you cannot get a fine mist sunscreen, the best option is a stick, but it does leave your face looking a little bit greasy. But yeah, that was everything I bought and used up in the past 2 months. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. My camera's dying, so I need to finish this up and edit it before it dies. Thanks for watching. Bye!